Hello friends. Now today's agenda is to see how the database class is being written and how this database class adds or enriches our database programming with respect to the servlet. Now in order to understand how the database class is being written, let's go back to our uh, framework. Please look at here in the source packages under your website. In the source packages, I have created a library. I have created a class uh, called my database. So this is going to be a library of what? Library of the functions that are required, that are frequently required by you in order to process the databases. Okay, so this is the database class. Now how you can do that? Just simple click on this and go on creating Java class. Look at here. This is the way you can do this. Right click on this on the default package new and select this Java class. Now by that class you can simply create a class. Now look at the class. This is what is my database dot my database library dot java. This is the Java file. Now if you look at this Java file, what you need to do is what you need to understand is, look at here. You need to import java.sql.star. uh, this is the necessary package which we require for um, working with MySQL, that we have already understood this. Apart from this, what is required is in the test package, sorry, in the libraries, uh, make sure that this SQL connector is working, is installed, is configured. Now let's come back to this my SQL lib my database library. So what we need three references of connection, statement and result set. Connection will connect to a database. It will hold a connection information. Statement gets created from the connection and that allows us to execute the queries. Result set is nothing but holding the select information. Like means whenever you are going to pass in a query, select star from table name, then the result of that query should be placed into the uh, result set. Now in order to maintain the connection status, whether it is active or inactive, we will be having a boolean variable called connection status. Now next important thing which you need to understand is line number 18 to 20. Now I made it final because I don't want it to get changed. Now simple, what is the host that is required for your work is JDBC MySQL. Localhost is your current host. 3306 is the default port and test is the database. In order, like if you wish, now here this is the test. Next is you have to go for username and password. In some of the cases you can additionally create like final string db name. This you can additionally create, so that is actually test here in this case. So which you can concatenate. This db name you can concatenate here. So I have explicitly included here, but if you wish you can do in that particular way also. That is there. Now let us look at what the constructor of my class db my database class is going to do. Now see, look at here. This just maintain this my constructor is calling a method called get connection. Now this is there. So this is calling a get connection, and uh, on successful connection the connection status is going to be true. So this get connection method is taking three arguments, that is host, user and password, which we have already been provided here, and it is returning true or false. Uh, um, true for if it gets the connection. Now this is already, this is class.forName. This is we are loading an API. Driver manager dot get connection. We are getting a connection and we are setting a status. If true, then connection status is true. If there is any error, if means host, either host, username, password, if this information goes wrong, your connection status is false and connection status is being returned. Okay, Now let's look at the next method. What is that? That method is called get connection status. At any point of time, you need a connection status information, whether it is really true or we have closed the connection. In that case, this is returning connection status. Okay. Now next method that is in the class is like when you execute a select. When you execute a query, select query, then obviously what you need is you need a result set to be in the return. So what we did is that we created a statement, and that is assigned to a statement object, and statement is executing a query SQL that is assigning RS. So this is returning on success. This is returning a result set for us. Now the same class we will be using into our work of servlet. Now, if you wish to work your class method for insert, update, and delete. So here, what I did is I created a method called execute insert, update, delete, and what I'm going to pass an SQL. So this will create a statement, and this will go for execute. So what is difference between these two method is here you'll find here you'll find uh, the statement.execute query, which is returning a result set, and statement.execute, which is returning a boolean value. This is true or false. So as in some of my previous videos, you have been given a clear information that when to use execute query and when to use just execute method of a statement. This is we have done already. Now let's look at like how to close the connection. So the close connection method is closing the connection. If we require, we can close the connection uh, accordingly. And at the last, this is the way of creating one more method. Like, see, if you wish to create a primary number, primary key, generate a primary key in a very simple case, like say roll number is my primary key, and every time whenever insert is going to happen, roll number is to be incremented by 1. So in this case, in order to handle this situation, we are going to use a method called generate primary key. It takes table name as a parameter and attribute as a parameter. Say for example, table name student and attribute name is roll number. So I'm going to pass roll number here and name of table here. So this to be written. So we'll just correct it. Instead of this from, I'm going to write say table name. It was just for an understanding purpose. Now you look at it here. Select star from select max of attribute name plus 1 from this table name. So this is right. So this will work with any table and any attribute, and the result is going to be a string. Attribute value is going to be string, which you are going to use at any place where you require. So now the abstract the summary of this is that this particular class will be utilized into subsequent servlet that we are going to see into the next videos. So there you will find an idea that how this is going to work. In case if you have any questions, please do back to me, write to me. I will try to answer those questions.